that Edward Durr, a furniture company truck driver and first-time office holder, had spent $153 on his campaign, but has since changed the figure to a whopping $2,300 based on a new campaign finance report. But this shows how Ronald Reagan's famous for having said that I didn't leave the Democratic Party, the Democratic Party left me. And this just shows how, and it's not all Democrats, right? But some are just so far wacky right now that it's not hard to beat them. And you're the Senate president in New Jersey, and you're the longtime incumbent, and you just got beat by a furniture company truck driver whose total campaign expenditure was $2,300.
Yeah,
$2,300. He just whooped you. He just whooped you. 847-474-3888. 847-474-3888. 560retirement.com.
I wonder what the ROI on that is. $2,300. It's like a month's pay. Like,
I don't know, but it's just like there's only so much of this AOC stuff that people are going to tolerate, and I think we're starting to see the revolt brewing. There's even, a lot of these Republicans that just won in these off-year elections, a lot of them didn't run with President Trump's support, and a lot of them didn't bring up President Trump, and they didn't want to tie themselves to him or tie themselves away from him. They said they're just going to run on the issues and just run as themselves and run against the incumbents. And it was pretty scary if you're a Democrat that the Republicans are really resonating with some of those undecided or swing voters. I don't know that lasts all the way to a year from now, but it's really a sign that you're pushing it too far with some of the mask mandates and the vaccine mandates and all the mandates and all the lockdowns. And I think people are just getting tired of it.
And you guys just can't get on the same page either. You know what I mean? Like, well, you're going to lose your guy. You make promises and you can't keep them. You're going to lose people.
Well, you control everything in Washington, and you can't get your own people to agree on what to pass.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. It's just nuts. You could download. I'm going to give you another thing that you could download right now that could be helpful to you. One of the big questions we get for retirement financial planning is, Scott, Jim, what are we going to do for income when the paychecks stop? I'd like you to download our 12-page guide. You can download this for free right now. Just go to 560income.com. Go to 560income.com. You can download for free right now our 12-page income guide. It's called the Retirement Summit. The 4 questions you need to have answered to make sure that you'll have the retirement you need in retirement. 560income.com. Download our 12-page guide, the Retirement Summit. Just a lot of good download information. Even if we never talk to you, the information you can download that we can help you kind of through osmosis that way. Mm-hmm. But if you'd like us to give you a checkup from the neck up, a 15-minute complimentary phone consultation for the coming week, 15 minutes for free, just go ahead and give us a call right now, 847-474-3888, 847-474-3888. We'll get you in our phone calendar, 15 minutes for free for the coming week. Another way to do that, go to 560retirement.com, click and pick a time off our calendar, and we'll talk to you in the coming week. 15 minutes for free, 560retirement.com. Jim, Rachel, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. The news is next.
A Roth conversion is a taxable event and may have several tax-related consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA. The views and opinions herein are those of Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of AE Wealth Management, LLC. Scott Tucker Solutions is an independent financial services firm that utilizes a variety of investments and insurance products. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AE Wealth Management and Scott Tucker Solutions Incorporated are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities, or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This radio show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Scott Tucker Solutions is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Scott Tucker Solutions. This radio show is a paid placement.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
More reaction to the Rittenhouse verdict. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. Protests overnight in some cities, but most were peaceful following Friday's acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse. Fox's Alexis McAdams reports from Kenosha.
The Illinois teenager found not guilty on all 5 charges. Rittenhouse shot 3 men last summer, killing 2 of them during the unrest following the police shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. But also inside of that courtroom were the family members of the 2 men who were shot and killed by Kyle Rittenhouse. The family feels that it's very important here to look at a few pivotal points. They're calling that tearful testimony of Kyle Rittenhouse on the stand himself pivotal.
Police in Portland declared a riot after protests there escalated. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot says increased public safety efforts are being undertaken in some of the more crime-plagued neighborhoods of her city.
We know who our enemy is here. It's the gangs and guns. But what we also know is that the only way forward is to be united with a common sense of purpose and make investments in our young people.
Chicago police say there have been more than 3,000 shootings in the city so far this year. Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has signed a new map of congressional districts into law that's in effect for the next 4 years. Democrats and voting rights groups have objected to the Republican-led map-making process, claiming it's unfair and partisan. DeWine says the new maps will result in fairer voting. The upper half of the nation chilly today, in some areas wet.
One spot in the U.S. today that we are looking at rain showers. Some of these could be periods of heavier rain through Florida, taking us Miami all the way up to Melbourne. The low pressure comes out of the Great Lakes, brings some showers, maybe up to an inch in spots, especially through the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley. But I think the cold air behind that, that's what really gets your attention because it brings a chill. Perhaps up to an inch of rain for the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley. That's where we get the wettest.
That's Fox Weather's Amy Freeze. America is listening. Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
For later on today and tonight, mainly cloudy with a high of 49 to a low of 36. For tomorrow, cloudy in the morning, then becoming breezy with clouds and sun in the afternoon, high of 49. And for Monday, windy with intervals of clouds and sun, high of 34. Plan with confidence. Download the redesigned AccuWeather app today. I'm Ethan Ronan on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
How do you stay off the ladder, stop cleaning your gutters, and spend more time doing what you want this holiday season? Get Gutter Cap, the best gutter protection system made in the USA. A 4.9 star out of 5-star rating for high-quality gutter guards and home improvement products. Manufactured here in the Chicagoland area, Gutter Cap's patented design with thicker gauge aluminum alloy uses liquid physics and surface water tension, so rainwater adheres to the gutter cap and drains into the gutter, while the debris and leaves fall to the ground. With Gutter Cap, your existing gutters become a free-flowing drainage system, saving you the hassle and danger of cleaning gutters and thousands of dollars in damage. Your gutters will never clog again. For a limited time, get Gutter Cap for as little as $49 a month and no payments for 90 days. Get a free estimate. Call 866-665-0089 or go to guttercap.com. One call or visit to the Turtle Show Gutter Cap website and you'll never remove debris from your gutters again. Go to guttercap.com.
Wealth Health Radio.
The biggest fears that people have is, do I have enough money to retire?
Retirement doesn't have to be complicated.
To make sure that you're going through retirement with confidence.
Learn principles of income planning.
There's a lot of different facets that you need to take into consideration when you're retiring.
Tune into Wealth Health Radio with Joe Murphy, noon to 1 p.m. Sundays on AM 560, The Answer.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot.
Welcome to this week's edition of Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I am your host, John Anthony, back in the saddle. I want to thank my good friend and my co-host today, Mr. Mark Vargas, for filling in for the show on last week. I don't know, most of you may or may not know, I lost my son tragically on Monday to suicide. It's been a real tough time, but we've been able to get through it because of people that love us. Yeah, I don't think we need this, right? Because we can hear it in here. But we've been able, my wife and I, we've been able to get through this through the love and support of so many people. And just want to thank you guys. And Scott, thanks so much for having me. I had to get out here because, you know, getting back in the saddle, it really helps heal. So, Mark?
Well, listen, John, it was an honor for me to guest co-host last week. The service was wonderful. It was a celebration. And the impact that he had was unbelievable.
1,400 people.
1,400 people.
Can I say real quick?
Of course.
So, please forgive me. I didn't know I was going to be on the stage. Sorry, Scott. I brought a suit with me to change into later, but Champion was my son loved Champion gear, so that's why I wanted to wear it today in honor of him. And LLJ, long live John.
Well, this is such a unique experience because not only are we speaking on stage, but we're live on AM 560, The Answer. So say hello, give a big clap out to AM 560, the audience. Go ahead. Scott Casper, thanks for this event. Thank you to Responsibility in Government and Freedom Initiative Now. This is so important. You know, Scott wanted me to share a little bit about my story. September 11th, 2001 was my lightning bolt moment. I was a sophomore at Judson University in Elgin, and my mom had called the dorm room and said, turn on the TV, and I walked into the main TV room just in time to see the plane fly into the World Trade Tower. And it was at that moment that I knew that I wanted to serve my country. And I didn't know what that looked like, but that moment my life had purpose, direction, and meaning. Fast forward several years later, in 2007, I'm walking into the Pentagon to interview for a job to join the Secretary of Defense to go to where? To go to Iraq. Between 2007 and 2010, I traveled as a civilian 14 times into Baghdad, into combat. And in the middle of those civilian deployments, I came back home to run for Congress. Because not only did I want to serve my country in the federal government and overseas, but I felt a tug and a pull to serve my country here at home in Illinois' 14th Congressional District in Kane County, which was my home county. And so, you know, it is so important that we're all gathered here today because we have one mission, and that is for free and fair elections. Because while the men and women in blue protect us here at home, it's the men and women in uniform that protect us at home and abroad. And they're fighting and they're dying for our right to gather here today. They're fighting and they're dying for our right to run for office. They're fighting and they're dying for our right to vote. I was in Iraq during their first voting in 2009, and it was remarkable because it's easy for us. In fact, if the weather's bad, people don't necessarily like to vote. But in Iraq, People spent all day traveling miles and miles and miles, hours and hours and hours just to cast a vote. And they knew that the enemy was along the roads because anyone walking, they knew exactly what they were doing. They were voting. They risked their lives to vote. And something that was remarkable to me, because I don't even think about that here at home. I'm worried about, is it raining? Is it too cold? How far is the parking spot to inside where I walk in? And you have people in other countries like in Iraq where it is so important that they vote that they are willing to risk their lives for it. And many of them do. But it's interesting, I hadn't really thought about how important this is until Scott Casper started discussing free and fair elections when I understood the role that particularly police officers can play in securing that. I thought it was remarkable. And when I called, and you're going to hear from the 40th Police Commissioner of New York City and the Police Commissioner on September 11th, Bernard Kerik. And when I called, and Bernie's a very dear friend of mine, and when I called Bernie and told him about this event, he said, Mark, I've been a cop for a very long time. People have been talking about this for years. No one's done it. And he said, the fact that you're doing it here in Chicago, he said, count me in. And his flight was booked, and Bernie's upstairs, and he's going to be speaking to us later today, and it's going to be remarkable. But, you know, it's important to highlight just a couple of things. Election judges are commissioned by the county clerk as officers of the circuit court. They're literally deputized to enforce the election code in polling places. And this is also very important. Judges take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Illinois. And I think very few people understand that taking an oath, how important that is. And particularly here in Cook County, it's important that there are at least 2 election judges in every precinct. And we necessarily know that that's not always the case. And again, people have talked about this for years and years and years, but no one's doing it except when today. And this is why it's so important that you're here, because this is how we secure our elections. This is how we make sure that there isn't any funny business going on at the polling places, because when you talk about Chicago and elections, it's a joke, right? Vote early, vote often. Stealing elections is as American as apple pie. But the fact that we're all in this room together is proof that we want fair and free elections. And there's no one more important to help do that than the men and women in blue. And so God bless our police officers. It's also important that election judges, that their duties are a sacred trust to the public to safeguard the right to vote. Again, throughout the day and in upcoming elections, and every time you vote, don't forget about the men and women who have risked their lives securing this right, and the men and women abroad who vote knowing that this could be their last day here on earth. And in fact, in Iraq, and I think some of you that may have been there, they'll know that in Iraq, the families went through their rituals to prepare for death the eve of the election, because most of them had the expectation that they would die, that they would be assassinated en route to their polling place. That's how serious they take voting. That's how serious they take elections. And so often we take this for granted here at home. And listen, I'm guilty of that too. But listen, I think we're going to have a tremendous midterm election for Republicans. We're going to have a tremendous presidential election in 2024. And it's easy to be talking about election reform and election integrity, but it's a lot harder to actually do something about this. And so that's why I congratulate every single one of you for being here and for your commitment in joining this fight to secure our elections. And I'm so grateful for people like Scott Casper and Nick Richmond from Freedom Initiative Now. And if you look at all of the sponsors, this really is a historic day here at Trump Tower. And what what better place to host a historic workshop, a historic day than right here at Trump Tower? That's right. And it's funny because we're live, you see me looking over and the music starts playing when you've got about 30 seconds left. And so I'm looking over to make sure that I don't go over my time. And welcome to live radio. You get to see how the sausage is made. But God bless all of you. And I know I can speak for John and myself that we're in this fight with you. We're in the trenches. It's more than just talking about this on a radio show. It's more than just attending a workshop. Count us in, because I always like to say this: when we stand up, they stand down. Anyways, well, it's been an honor to not only be here at a historic day, but to be historic in terms of giving a speech on live radio. And so I'd like to turn it back over to John.
Thank you so much, Mark. You're listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live from Trump Towers. Tune in, share the links. We'll be right back.
I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect them.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
On Tuesday, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, CDC director, endorsed the CDC's recommendation that children 5 to 11 be vaxxed.
Nobody in 2021, thank God, has died from COVID, 17 and younger. Maybe your kid might get sick, but they don't need the vaccine. When there was polio, those kids needed the vaccine. Measles, chickenpox. But this, it's not needed.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
The holidays are fast approaching, and now is the time to make sure your home is ready for your family and friends. Imagine how beautiful your home can be by upgrading your bathrooms or a fully remodeled basement. Call Matrix Home Solutions, sponsor of AM 560's Freedom Summit. When it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on the major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle. Basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring, and storage. Take some time today to visit their website, matrixhomesolutions.com, and contact Matrix to discuss some exciting ideas and specific plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, check out special financing options, and much more. That's MATRIX homesolutions.com. Have that home you've dreamed about now. Matrix Home Solutions, built for you.
Ganyu Software Incorporated in Schaumburg, Illinois seeks software developers to create, develop, configure, integrate, write test cases, work with team to understand business, develop new functionalities to meet requirements, code review, debugging, defect fixing, design data model, develop and maintain data entities. 2. Business analysts to gather, lead, execute, document, identify, translate, plan, review, collaborate and facilitate bus rec gathering, analysis for guidewire, sprints, strategic planning, use cases documentation, process flows, data flows. Requirements include a master's or bachelor's or foreign equivalent in computer science/application/engineering, electrical engineering, information technology, management information system, technology, business administration, commerce, finance or related field, and 0 to 5 years of progressive experience in the related field. Mail resume to Ganyu Software Incorporated, 120 West Gulf Road number 100A, Schaumburg, Illinois 60195. Refer to job number GSI 2022.
You have faced uncertainty and anxiety, and now your retirement is looming. You might be asking yourself, did I put enough away? Will I have to pay a lot of taxes? Will my spouse be okay if something happens to me? Total Clarity Wealth Management can offer answers and help alleviate your anxieties. With a professional team of financial advisors and CPAs, they can show you the way to financial readiness and keep you on track. Their philosophy is built on solid relationships and trust. With access to expertise in tax planning strategies, 401k rollover services, estate planning, they can help you be ready for anything and give you confidence. Call Total Clarity Wealth Management. Call 630-762-9352. TotalClarityWealth.com. That's TotalClarityWealth.com. Also, if you're a wealth advisor who believes you should be doing the right thing for your client and likes to build relationships, talk to Total Clarity Wealth about joining their team.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Total Clarity Wealth Management, Inc., a registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560. The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. We're live at Trump Towers, guys. Can you believe that? Mark, can you believe that we're broadcasting from Trump Towers right now?
And we were just freestyling up there.
Well, you were just freestyling.
and you'll be freestyling at 2:05.
I will. That voice you heard is Mark Vargas from Mark My Words with Mark Vargas, heard every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
I've missed you, brother.
I missed you too, brother.
It's good to be back with you.
It's the Black and Brown Radio.
Black and Brown, baby.
Mark, I've missed so much though. There's so much that's transpired throughout the country. There's so much that just transpired throughout Illinois. We'll get more into the Illinois-centric stuff in the next hour. But I mean, what's going on with our president, Joe Biden? I'm hearing that he passed wind in front of people and probably sharted himself. Can I say shart on the radio?
Yeah. He's incompetent and incontinent.
Wow. There he is, John Fogerty.
That's right.
But I mean, what's really going on? This is the leader of the free world right now.
It's humiliating, and Biden, when he was elected, said America is back on the world stage.
Yeah.
But then he comes on, and then he's on the world stage, and he's embarrassing us. And the fact that he can't have a conversation with Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, without having to break wind. And listen,
is that a true story?
That's a true story. And Biden was contributing to global warming during a climate change conference.
Wow. I did you hear Congressman Lauren Boebert? I hope I'm saying her name correctly.
You are.
She got up on the House floor, and because she was upset with what happened to Representative Gosar from Arizona, and listen to what she had to say. I mean, I was just like, finally, Republicans are starting to get some kahunas and pushing back and fighting back. Listen to what she said.
Since the Speaker has designated the floor to discuss members' inappropriate actions, shall we? The Jihad Squad member from Minnesota has paid her husband, and not her brother husband, the other one, over $1 million in campaign funds. This member is allowed on the Foreign Affairs Committee while praising terrorists. And then the cherry on top. My colleague and 3-month presidential candidate from California, who is on the Intelligence Committee, slept with Fang Fang, a Chinese spy. Wow. Let me say that again. A member of Congress who receives classified briefings was sleeping with the enemy. This is unacceptable, and this would never be...
time's expired. Gentleman from Florida.
Okay, Mark, now, is this fair game? And this is to those who are listening right now. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. That's 312-642-5600. Is it fair game what Congresswoman Lauren Boebert did on the House floor?
Absolutely, because this is in the interest of our national security. This is a big deal. And China is not our friend. China is our adversary. And
they own us right now.
And they own us right now. And they want so badly to defeat us economically, militarily.
Yeah.
They're stealing all of our, important information from our businesses, right?
Yeah.
And she has every right to point this out. Imagine this with a Trump family member.
Yes.
Right? Just think about that.
Yes. I mean, it'd be on every major media outlet known to man, and it would be nonstop, just a consistent barrage of just beating up, and that's one of the reasons why I started this radio show, because I wanted to point out the hypocrisy that happens in our government, the hypocrisy that happens in our media. And I'm really encouraged by someone like Lauren Boebert. And you know me. You know how we've had many discussions. I can care less Democrat, Republican. I want people that still love this country.
That's right.
I want people that believe that America is still the most exceptional country that's ever been created. That's what matters to me when it comes to, and we're doing what's right for Americans, not what's right for China, because I've been watching what the saber rattling China's been doing in Taiwan.
That's right.
If this president allows China to go over into Taiwan and take and invade them, America's lost. Because name another country that will respect us, name another country that will look to America for leadership. Tell me.
And you know, Joe Biden was supposed to be the foreign policy expert, right? I mean, he was the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, which is essentially in Washington, insight from the inside. If you're chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, that's essentially the stepping stone to Secretary of State, because you build all of these close personal relationships with every world leader and head of state.
Yeah.
And he sold a bill of goods that was so wrong. And now we're seeing that under his administration, the world is falling apart.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we're here today. The election integrity aspect. Election integrity has so many facets. There's so many facets to election integrity. But I think one of the biggest parts of making sure we have election integrity is poll watchers and election judges. Because, you know, I'm going to talk about this later on the show, but I remember being a kid in Chicago. You know, with my stepfather going out there knocking doors and going back to the polling place, getting a list of people who were voting, and then we'd go out there and knock on the door to find out if they're voting. They said, no, we're not voting, but somehow they voted, Mark. You know, but a good election judge, a good poll watcher can stop those shenanigans, because we just simply don't have that here in Cook County and a lot of the collar counties where especially where there are not a lot of conservative or right-leaning thought people. What do you say?
Yeah, and, you know, and some people may criticize me for saying this, but listen, this happens on the Republican side too. But the Democrats have professionalized it; they've perfected it. The Republican Party can't say this is all Democrats. This happens on the Republican side, but the extent of what they've done on the Democratic side is far worse, far more professionalized than it is on the Republican side. Yeah,
and I think Republicans are just too cowardly. You know, I'm sorry, man. We got to get a stiffer backbone and really. I'm not going to say play their game, but we have to have Republicans who are willing to push back and fight back, like a Congressman, Lauren Boebert, who's saying, you know what, the gloves are off. And that's one of the reasons why I love Governor Ron DeSantis, too.
That's right.
I mean, dude, what's not to love about Governor Ron DeSantis? I know there's a little... I'm sitting in Trump Tower saying this.
Yeah.
I know there may be a little... There's been reports there's a little tiff between Trump and DeSantis, but... I'm sorry, President Trump, but but just listen to this guy. Listen to how he speaks with authority and how he talks about who we are.
Policies, you put these into law, you believe these are bad for Floridians. But cities like Tampa and St. Pete have tried to make policies you made that they think are bad for them.
Watch him unleash.
Why is it okay for you to violate the conservative Senate rule when it's bad?
So first of all, this idea that somehow conservatism is about like local school boards. It's the United States of America, not the United School Boards or County Commissions of America. So the states are the primary vehicles to protect people's freedoms, their health, their safety, their welfare in our constitutional system. What Biden is doing is not constitutional. There has never been a federal vaccine mandate imposed on the general public. I hear people talk about, you know, they do things in the military. Yeah, when I was in the military, they used to give me all kind of stuff. Honestly, I wish I would have thought a little bit, but I mean, whatever it was. But that's much different than regulating the military and then imposing it on civilians in society. It's never been done before. They don't have the power to do it. There's no federal police power. States have the federal police power. So that's from a constitutional perspective. It is worlds apart. Now, some people say, hey, these local governments wanted to lock down businesses. They wanted to force mandates. They wanted to keep the kids locked out of school. Yeah, you're damn right I overruled them on that because they were wrong.
Let me tell you something. Ooh. He's Trump 2.0. He really is. And I really hope that Trump and DeSantis could really figure out 2024. I say Trump-DeSantis ticket. I say that would. I know they're both from Florida. I know that maybe Florida. I know that may be, but I talked to a constitutionalist. I talked to David Chitokis. He said there's a way that Trump and DeSantis could be on the same ticket. Because I mean, listen,
is this a mark my words?
This is mark my words. But we've lost that fight. President Trump, you can say what you want to say about him. You didn't like his mean tweets, you didn't like his personality, but he fought for this country. He believed in this country. He made sure that America was first. And now I'm seeing everybody trying to take the America first away from him. But he knew who we were, right?
That's right. You know, and I hope that this DeSantis-Trump thing doesn't build up and crescendo, but, you know, time will tell, man.
You're listening to Black and White with John Anthony and Mark Vargas, live at Trump Tower. We will be right back.
Dr. Sebastian Gorka says it's all about fear.
Do you know that less than 600 children have died of COVID in America? In America, 600. And this administration wants to vaccinate 5-year-olds. Why? Why would you do that? It's not about health. It's about fear-mongering.
America First with Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Afternoons at 3, right before Sean Thompson at 4 on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Mary Corsetti. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are reacting to the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. The 18-year-old was acquitted Friday in his murder trial.
The vice president, she tweeted this, quote, "Today's verdict speaks for itself. I've spent a majority of my career working to make our criminal justice system more equitable. It's clear there's still a lot more work to do." Following up on the president's earlier statement to reporters, the White House issued a lengthier one. This time it included frustration from President Biden, who admitted he didn't watch the trial. Quote, "The verdict in Kenosha will leave many Americans feeling angry and concerned, myself included."
Fox's Alexandria Hoff and tens of thousands of protesters have marched through Vienna after the Austrian government announced a nationwide COVID lockdown. Demonstrations against virus restrictions like mandatory vaccinations also took place in Switzerland, Italy, Northern Ireland, and the Netherlands on Saturday. America is listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Al Abaroa, founder of Knight Strategic Wealth. Inflation is picking up, markets are volatile, and the dream of a comfortable retirement is harder to attain than ever before. Nobody wants to run out of money in retirement. That's why I'm going to share something that your financial advisor doesn't want you to know. With our investment strategy, when the stock market goes up, you earn a market-linked return that locks in every year. And when the stock market goes down, your investments won't lose a dime. There are no unnecessary fees, and it works for your investments, money at a brokerage firm, or even money at a bank. It's simple, it's safe, and that's why savvy investors work with us. Want to learn more? Text free to 833-898-0500 and we'll send our retirement readiness kit directly to your phone right now. If you want to help build a retirement portfolio that will go up with the market and never lose money, get our retirement readiness kit today and see how this strategy can help secure your future. Text free to 833-898-0500. Text free to 833-898-0500.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help you get the best night's sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Now Mike's changing the game with his 6-piece towel set. This set is made with USA cotton, making it extremely absorbent, yet still providing that soft feel you look for in a towel. I can't tell you how much I love mine. This set comes with 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths, typically retailing for about $110. But for a limited time now on this show, you can get this set for an incredible price of $39.99 with promo code LIBERTY. You heard me right, $39.99, but that's only for a limited time when you use my promo code LIBERTY. And remember, all My Pillow products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-489-0201, use my promo code LIBERTY, or go to MyPillow.com and make sure to use my promo code LIBERTY. 1-800-489-0201, promo code LIBERTY.
When Sandra doesn't talk to a Mattress Firm sleep expert, junk sleep presses the wrong buttons in her brain. And Sandra presses the wrong buttons in the elevator, leading to a dreadful journey for her and the accountants now headed up to floor 42. 7, 8, 9. While Sandra avoids eye contact, let's reflect on how a better mattress would have led to real sleep. If you need real sleep, head to Mattress Firm and unjunk your sleep today.
Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees, ever. Banks offer coffee. So what's more important, a Marcus by Goldman Sachs loan with no fees that could help consolidate debt, or bank coffee that tastes like bank coffee? you can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs & Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC.
It's said that if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes and it'll change. Well, the weather isn't the only thing changing. According to our latest research, local business owners today are saying it's getting harder to sustain their business than it was just a few months ago. They also told us that targeting the right audience with their advertising messages is more important than ever. At Salem Surround, our team of local in-market experts take that seriously. We utilize the latest research in marketing technology to deliver media plans that will exceed your expectations. Let Salem Surround show you how we can solve for your marketing challenges by bringing nationwide resources while delivering Main Street solutions. Salem Surround is here to help you through the constant changes. We promise we'll help your business stay ahead of the changing weather.
Prepare your business for the new year with a no-cost, no-obligation analysis of your company's digital footprint. Visit SurroundChicago.com. That's SurroundChicago.com.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Switch your attitude. I can sing now that George Hofstadter's not in here. Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. We're live, broadcasting live from Trump Towers at the Responsibility in Government and Freedom Initiative Joint Coalition for Free and Fair Elections. It's a great event. So many people here. I'm just excited. I got my buddy Mark Vargas from Mark My Words with Mark Vargas, heard every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Mark, this is amazing.
This is a blast, man. And today, again, we're black and right, baby.
Well, black and brown, baby.
Black and brown.
Black and brown is on the air. You know, Mark, you heard what the audio I just played from Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Joining us today is a candidate for the 6th Congressional District, Nikki Conforti. I hope I got that right because I butcher names. Nikki, welcome to Black and Right.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure to be here.
So how important is election integrity, especially to someone who's running for Congress? How important is that for you?
Extremely important. I think everybody was concerned with what happened in the 2020 election, but the important thing is that people get out to vote. Yes. I don't want people to make the false assumption that their vote doesn't matter. It matters more now than ever.
It does. And you're running for the 6th Congressional, currently held by Congressman Sean Casten. So are you out in the south part of the newly drawn 6th Congressional District? And why run now?
Because there is no second chance. It's now or never. Because our future is at stake and our children's future is at stake. I'm running to preserve and protect the American dream.
Amen.
Nikki, what are some of the issues that you're seeing from constituents that are there that are important to them as you're out on the campaign trail?
My top 3 issues, and this is reverberating throughout the communities, are number 1, we must back the blue. We need to make our communities more safe. I've had the opportunity to become very good friends with Sheriff Jim Mendrick, the DuPage County Sheriff, and they're taking their resources away today. And the criminals are getting more and more brazen. So we are at risk. It's not just in urban areas. It's all throughout the communities. And so that is my number 1, refund the police.
And tell us a little bit about your background. I mean, what was the impetus of you wanting to jump into a congressional race?
That's a great question. I'm not a politician. I've never held elected office. For me, I didn't like the way the election went. And then come January 20th, 45 executive orders, and this country took a sharp turn to the left. Within a matter of weeks, I had a pit in my stomach that just wouldn't go away. And, I have the fight in me, and I'm not going to sit on the sidelines and watch this happen because they are not going to take this country away from us. So I am taking a stand to take back my district, the 6th district, from the Democrats and turn it red.
Amen.
6th Congressional District, which was just uber red at one point, is now a purple district and fading to blue. What's your message to the people who, you're running as a Republican? What's your message to those people who may not be a Republican but are fed up? Because when you look at Governor Pritzker and his tyrannical rule in the last couple of years, what's your message to those people to say, hey, I want your vote, I need your support if we're going to take back the 6th Congressional District?
Our life has changed dramatically in less than a year. It's getting more and more expensive to live our daily lives. It costs more to put gas in our car. Just last week, Fox News put out a statistic, 61% increase in gas prices in a year. It costs more to put 61% more expensive to put gas in our car today. That's right. It costs more to put food on our table. Milk is up, meat is up, and our taxes are going up. And I think that's a bipartisan issue for everybody. When I get to Congress, I am going to push forward effective spending that will curb the spending that's going on in Washington, D.C. and help curb the cost of living.
It sounds like, I'm glad you went there and not the normal Republican route. Oh, we got to make sure the taxes. No, these are kitchen table issues. These are issues that anybody, no matter the political stripe, they understand, and they understand that we have to take back this country. I'm sorry. Absolutely. And I'm of the belief, because I am a true diehard conservative Republican, and I think the principles of conservatism is what will bring us back.
I agree. There is no second chance. It's now or never. This election cycle is critically important.
I agree.
Real quick, Nikki, where can people get information on your campaign?
Thank you, Mark. Yes, go to Conforti for Congress. That's Conforti, 4Congress.com.
You're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, I assume, as well?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll encourage everyone to check that out for more information.
Thank you. Thank you,
Nikki
everyone.
Conforti, thanks so much for joining Black and Right Radio. Nikki Conforti running for the 6th Congressional District. Go out and find her. Look for her. If you can help support her, please do that. You listen to Black and Right on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, live from Trump Tower with my boy, Mark Vargas. We'll be right back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I loved the product. Not only did I lose weight, my energy was through the roof. I just had all this energy, my complexion. My friends would tell me, you look younger than you did the last time I saw you. So I believe in it.
I know it works. Someone says, well, how do you know it works? I says, well, I'm 81 and people think I don't look a day over 62, so it works.
Overall, I have more energy, and it does make a big difference in just everything. And if I don't take it, there's a big difference in my days. I'm 65, and everybody says, my gosh, you don't even look your age. I have a feeling it is the balance of nature.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. You've heard us talk about our friends at Lydia Home. Well, they desperately need our help to buy a vehicle to get their foster children around town. To make this happen, they need a rather large gift of $40,000. Now listen, they're already working on it, and they're getting very close. They're only $18,000 away. Many of you are business owners, or many of you individuals have the financial means to make this happen. I think often about how we've managed our lives, how we've worked, and how we've profited. This is a 501c3 organization, so your donation is 100% deductible. $18,000 can happen in a hurry. We can make it happen. I'd rather give the money to an organization like this than watch the Biden administration take it away. Lydia Home is a Chicago-based Christian nonprofit organization that has been faithfully serving children throughout Chicagoland for more than 100 years. And right now, their kids are literally depending on you. To donate today, visit hopeforourkids.org. That's hopeforourkids.org, hopeforourkids.org.
How do you stay off the ladder, stop cleaning your gutters, and spend more time doing what you want this holiday season? Get Gutter Cap, the best gutter protection system made in the USA. A 4.9 star out of 5-star rating for high-quality gutter guards and home improvement products. Manufactured here in the Chicagoland area, Gutter Cap's patented design with thicker gauge aluminum alloy uses liquid physics and surface water tension, so rainwater adheres to the gutter cap and drains into the gutter, while the debris and leaves fall to the ground. With Gutter Cap, your existing gutters become a free-flowing drainage system, saving you the hassle and danger of cleaning gutters and thousands of dollars in damage. Your gutters will never clog again. For a limited time, get Gutter Cap for as little as $49 a month and no payments for 90 days. Get a free estimate. Call 866-665-0089 or go to guttercap.com. One call or visit to the Turtle Shell Gutter Cap website and you'll never remove debris from your gutters again. Go to guttercap.com.
We now return to Black and White on AM 560. The Answer. Here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live from Trump Towers with my black and brown compadre, Mark Vargas.
Good to be with you, brother.
Or the Hungarian. Wait, what does Roger Stone call you?
His favorite Hungarian.
His favorite Hungarian. Roger Stone. Only Roger Stone can get away with something like that. You know, Mark, I did watch. I did watch a lot of some of the highlights, especially when I was on social media. I saw, some of the news agencies had the live stream of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I'm glad he got off on all counts.
Absolutely.
I know if I was the police officer investigating that case, I don't see how the state's attorney would even bring a case like that up for trial. And I'm sure there are cops in here who would agree with me. What do you think? What was it that the jury saw that you believe allowed them to say, nope, I'm not guilty on all counts?
Well, this was such a high-profile case that it should set alarms off that the actual state's attorney did not want to try this case. He handed off to someone, a deputy state's attorney.
Okay.
So that should tell you one thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Right? And if crap hits the fan, it's this guy's fault, not mine.
And they were terrible.
And he washed his hands. He was terrible. I think it was key that when Rittenhouse actually took the stand, he was emotional. And he was talking about how he was acting in self-defense. I'm not a lawyer or a legal expert, but that's impactful when the jury can see the sincerity of the defendant that was saying, no, this was all in self-defense. So I think, those were a couple of key points. But, the prosecutor just did a terrible job at the end of the day.
But a skateboard can't harm you or cause great bodily harm. It can't kill you. So I did hear the back and forth between, when they were chasing him and, the whole self-defense. When did the whole Rittenhouse as part of the white supremacists, when did that enter into the dynamics of guilt for him?
Well, we could thank presidential candidate Joe Biden for that, because in 2020, Joe Biden likened Rittenhouse to a white supremacist. And I put on my Twitter that I'm still waiting for President Biden's apology to Kyle Rittenhouse and his family for saying that he was a white supremacist, because, as you know, John, in America, the United States of America, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. But, in if this was normal times, which we're probably far from normal ever again, especially when it comes to our judicial system. And I saw this as our judicial system on trial, because when you look at what happened in the George Floyd situation, when you look at what's been happening to cops that have been tried, and the jurors have been afraid to make decisions because they were afraid of the after effect of what would happen with the BLMs and the Antifas. Yeah, I don't give them that. They don't deserve the title Antifa. The Antifas. Shout out to Cashley Kelly, who gave me that name. But they don't deserve to be called Antifa. But these people hate the idea of American greatness, right?
They really do. And we've fallen so far. And the fact that, again, here was something that was remarkable to me, is that the mainstream media would have been all over this if this was a Republican-appointed judge.
Of course.
But he was appointed by a Democrat.
What? I didn't know that.
By a Democrat. And what was interesting that if he was appointed by a Republican, they would be going crazy about this. And so the beauty of this is that this judge followed the law.
Yeah.
And the Democrats are silent about that.
But I mean, God bless this judge, because he took control of his courtroom.
He sure did.
I mean, he really showed how judges from henceforth, on any of these type of high profile cases, should immediately take control of their courtroom. I mean, how many times did he send the jurors out?
He did, and to berate the prosecutor. And here's one thing that I appreciate. On Veterans Day, he acknowledged one of the witnesses who was a veteran, and everybody applauded the veteran in the courtroom.
Wow.
And you can only imagine this. Who got angry about that? The mainstream media and the leftists.
No way.
They were upset that he was applauding a veteran on Veterans Day.
Have we fallen that far in America where we can't celebrate the men and women who give the ultimate price when it comes to defending this country? I mean, not just our veterans, but even the men and women that are in this room who are police officers. I mean, have we fallen and have we sunken that low as a country? Is it the media likes to pump up these very minimal cases? Which is it?
Yeah, it's a good question, John. And he took some criticism again from the mainstream media and the left, because a phone appeared to ring in the courtroom, and they believed it was his phone, and it was playing a patriotic song. That was his ringtone. And so you can imagine the left kind of going crazy over that. And so we have fallen far in terms of the patriotism. This is a new Democratic Party.
But being here today, doesn't this warm your heart to see that this many people are willing to fight, and especially cops, retired cops, are willing to fight to make sure that we don't lose the great republic?
It is. And again, this is historic, I think, to be here for this event and to be hosting your show live here from Trump Tower.
Yeah.
This really is an important day.
Hey, you know what? Really quickly, I want to give a shout out to the gold standard, Erica. I'm just going to say her first name, Erica. She put together an event where they were working out today and raised money in honor of my son today.
Wow.
So Erica from the Gold Standard in Shanahan, thank you so much. It really means a lot to the Anthony family. And we didn't even ask for this. They just took it upon themselves to do this. We've been having so many of those instances where people have just been taking it upon themselves and wanted to honor our son. You're listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony. I'm having a great time with my good friend, my brother, my buddy, Mark Vargas. We'll be right back.
After all, don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
The holidays are fast approaching, and now is the time to make sure your home is ready for your family and friends. Imagine how beautiful your home can be by upgrading your bathrooms or a fully remodeled basement. Call Matrix Home Solutions, sponsor of AM 560's Freedom Summit. When it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on the major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle. Basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring, and storage. Take some time today to visit their website, matrixhomesolutions.com, and contact Matrix to discuss some exciting ideas and specific plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, check out special financing options, and much more. That's MATRIX homesolutions.com. Have that home you've dreamed about now. Matrix Home Solutions, built for you.
Hey there, what are you doing today? Would whatever it is be easier with faster, more reliable home internet? If you said yes, we have good news. Viasat offers high-speed satellite internet wherever you live, even if cable providers don't go there. So you can get online today and tomorrow. Go to Viasat.com/internet now and save up to $150 on select home plans. That's Viasat.com/internet now. Minimum 24-month service term. Service is not available in all areas. See Viasat.com for additional terms and conditions. Hey there, what are you doing today? Would whatever it is be easier with faster, more reliable home internet? If you said yes, yes, we have good news. Plus, you could save up to $150. Viasat offers high-speed satellite internet wherever you live, even if cable providers don't go there. So you can get online today and tomorrow. Go to Viasat.com/connect now and save up to $150 on select home plans. That's Viasat.com/connect now. Minimum 24-month service term. Service is not available in all areas. See Viasat.com for additional terms and conditions.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind.
Welcome back
Got no way to
to Black and
prove
Right
it,
Radio
so
on AM
maybe
560.
I'm
The Answer.
lying.
He has a cadence where I can hide my voice in, my terrible voice. So I love when his song comes on, Human, because I can hide my voice. But Mark, you know, we have to stop when it comes to these high-profile cases, getting so emotional. Because I was reading there was a news report that a lot of people from Kenosha didn't know the details.
Right.
They didn't know that he put out a fire. They didn't know that he was out there to help. They thought he brought the gun up from Antioch. But this is what's happening in our country, right? And when you allow the media to control and lead the narrative.
It's called Trial by Media, and there's a series on Netflix about that. But no, this is a perfect example of what's happening. And this is why, John, I was so happy to be involved with the Trump White House, the Trump administration, to work on criminal justice reform.
Yeah.
Because people are getting screwed every single day.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Let's go to the phone lines. Pete from Montgomery, welcome to Black and Right.
Hi, John. First and foremost, I want to express my condolences to you and your family for your loss.
Thank you, Pete.
My takeaway from this was the jury intimidation that was brought about by the press and all the protesters.
Yeah.
It amazes me that the jury, any jury, could come back with a verdict, guilty or innocent, under those conditions.
That's true.
And it's very detrimental to our society if that jury system has been around 150 years gets destroyed by modern media.
Well, I think they felt like they found a way through the intimidation between the BLMs and the Antifa crowds. But I was so happy to see that this jury stood tall and this judge stood tall and said, not here. It won't happen on my watch.
No, I agree with you about the Antifa, and I love that term, and BLM guys. But it's even on our side, where we support Kyle, we were shouting and screaming as well.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous on all counts.
I agree.
And that prosecutor needs to suffer consequences for his malfeasance.
Yeah, I'm told that there's going to be probably some repercussions for what he did. Pete, thanks so much for calling. I appreciate you listening to the show, and thanks so much for the concern.
You know, John, the only thing that Kyle Rittenhouse murdered was this prosecutor's career.
I knew you were going to come with that one line. I knew you were going to come with some one-liners. And you know what? You're 1,000% correct, because, I mean, Pete said it right. You know, this prosecutor should suffer some problems, you know, through his career. He should be done. He should be done. I'm told that there was evidence as far as a video that they weren't allowed, that wasn't made during discovery. Dude, really?
Play all the tapes.
Right. Well, Rob Blagojevich, play the tapes.
This is a perfect example that they can hide things. But again, as you said, John, thank God for this judge.
Yeah.
Because he controlled the courtroom and he held them accountable. And the fact that he was berating the prosecutor, because the prosecutor was talking about how Kyle has been silent.
Yeah.
He has a right to remain silent.
Right.
He has a right to do this.
And he should know better.
Right. And he was trying to throw that against him as if implying that he's guilty. That's why he's quiet. And the judge is like, no, that's the law. He has a right to be quiet.
Right. Speaking of Blago, we're going to talk in the next hour about you and Blago's special on Hulu.
It hit number 2 on Hulu.
Yeah, you I saw it. The international. Come on, man. Don't forget my part. The international mystery man. But you know, we're gonna let's talk about that and how that's going. And you know, I love Rod. I get a lot of beef for that, but I continue to think that he got a bad rap. I personally think also that somebody, they were protecting somebody else, and I think he used to be the former president. I will go there. Hey guys, that's the end of hour 1. Please don't go anywhere. Hour 2 coming up next. You're listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at Trump Tower with my boy, Mark Vargas, the Black and Brown Connection. Hour 2 coming up next.
So here's some thoughts on how to survive Thanksgiving. When Uncle Harry shows up with his green bean casserole that made everyone sick last year, just smile and say, Harry, you shouldn't have, because really, he shouldn't. And don't fall asleep at your dinner plate. The easy chair in front of the TV football games is the place for that. And finally, if you've got high blood pressure, check out my friends at 120 Life, the natural juice drink that helps lower your blood pressure without the side effects of pills. I'm drinking it. I love it. You will too. It keeps me energized. It keeps my blood pressure in check. Their promise is better BP numbers in less than 2 weeks. Go to 120life.com, 120life.com, and order their 2-week trial pack. Use code DAN15 to save 15%. Do it now and get their risk-free money-back guarantee. Lower your blood pressure naturally. Go to 120life.com and use the promo code DAN15 to save 15%, which leaves us with just one last tip for the All-American holiday. Enjoy family and friends. We need more times like this.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
Conflicting reaction from the White House. I'm Joe Chiro, Fox News. President Biden says he stands behind the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse, who was accused of murdering 2 people and seriously injuring a 3rd man during a protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year. But VP Kamala Harris has a different view.
According to the vice president, it doesn't work. She tweeted this, quote, "Today's verdict speaks for itself. I've spent a majority of my career working to make our criminal justice system more equitable. It's clear there's still a lot more work to do." Following up on the president's earlier statement to reporters, the White House issued a lengthier one. This time it included frustration from President Biden, who admitted he didn't watch the trial. Quote, "The verdict in Kenosha will leave many Americans feeling angry and concerned, myself included."
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. Protests over the verdict erupted in several cities, while police in Portland declared a riot. More bad poll numbers for the Biden administration. A new Fox poll asking people what they think about possible payouts to illegal migrant families who were separated at the border during the Trump administration.
30% favor that, 49% oppose it, saying no money at all, 12% oppose it, are saying but some money's okay, 9% are saying they are unsure about the issue.
Fox's David Spunt. No settlements or migrant payouts have reportedly been made. Tens of thousands of protesters took to the streets of Vienna after the Austrian government initiated a nationwide lockdown to contain surging coronavirus cases. The protests came a day after Dutch police opened fire on protesters during riots in Rotterdam. 7 people were injured. Officials in British Columbia have found 3 more bodies near the village of Pemberton, bringing to 4 the number of people who died in a landslide caused by heavy rains that swept vehicles off the road. The search continues for a 5th body. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
For later on today and tonight, mainly cloudy with a high of 49 to a low of 36. For tomorrow, cloudy in the morning, becoming breezy with clouds and sunshine in the afternoon, high of 49. And for Monday, windy with intervals of clouds and sun, high of 34. Plan with confidence. Download the redesigned AccuWeather app today. I'm Ethan Ronan on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology, such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930. That's 630-830-4930. Or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
The holidays are fast approaching, and now is the time to make sure your home is ready for your family and friends. Imagine how beautiful your home can be by upgrading your bathrooms or a fully remodeled basement. Call Matrix Home Solutions, sponsor of AM 560's Freedom Summit. When it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on the major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle. Basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring, and storage. Take some time today to visit their website, matrixhomesolutions.com, and contact Matrix to discuss some exciting ideas and specific plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, check out special financing options, and much more. That's MATRIX homesolutions.com. Have that home you've dreamed about now. Matrix Home Solutions, built for you.
Wealth Health Radio. The biggest fears that people have is, do I have enough money to retire? Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. Make sure that you're going through retirement with confidence. Learn principles of income planning. There's a lot of different facets that you need to take into consideration when you're retiring. Tune into Wealth Health Radio with Joe Murphy, noon to 1 p.m. Sundays on AM 560, The Answer.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm coming in hot.
Welcome back to Hour 2. Welcome back to Hour 2 of Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at Trump Tower. Hey, where's, hey, round it up. My buddy, I was going to say, man, black and brown, but, the brown didn't come up on the stage with me. Mark Vargas, or the greatest Hungarian.
I'll come up.
You come up?
Of course.
Thank you. I need the support. Hey, really quickly, guys. How many people in here have ever really been an election judge? Wow. You see this response? Look around. Look. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. You guys see this response? This is what happens in almost every room that I've been in speaking throughout the state of Illinois. Not many people understanding the power of being an election judge. Can I get a little bit more, Eric, on the mic? Not really understanding what it means to be an election judge and how important the voter verification aspect. Thank you. If we don't get this correct, America is doomed. Our great republic is doomed. And it's so great to look out into the audience and see so many people here who are interested in making sure that that we keep this republic because she's worth fighting for. How many of you believe that? How many people believe that America is worth fighting for? Most of you may not know, but I'm also a former state representative. I saw my good buddy, the Illinois, I won't say the party, but John Fogarty's here in the place. John, you're a rock star. You know that. I love you. And John's been around a long time and seen the shenanigans that go around. I was talking about earlier on the radio show, when it comes to voter verification, I remember being a kid. I'm from the 21st Ward, 53rd Precinct. Anybody know where that's at? Anybody? Okay, it's on the south side of Chicago. I'll never forget, I've been involved in Illinois politics since I was 5 years old. I grew up through the Daley machine before it became the Madigan machine. And some of you understood that. and I remember this. I used to go into the polling place with my stepfather he'd get a list from the election judge. I don't need this anymore. He'd get a list from the election judge, and then we'd go knock on the door. Hey, are you voting today? No, I'm not voting today. But once, somehow that person voted. Think about this. We live in a country where most states don't require identification. Don't you think we would wake up and realize that we want the best integral system when it comes to our voting? Because and voter identification maybe not be that might not be the most secure, but we have to start somewhere. Because if I come in and have to show you my identification, you now see who I am and know who I am. But here in Illinois, we don't want that. That's why voter verification is out the door. All it takes is a signature here in the state of Illinois. Yeah, we want it. We want it here in this room. But there are a lot of people that are listening even to this show today, because I have a very wide, my social media stream is heard in all 50 states and 59 different countries. People listen to the Black and White radio show. You know, when you look at the role of voter verification, this is what happens. A voter arrives. You have the voter communicate both their last name and address. Now, I love how he wrote this. It may be human nature to verify the address by reading to the voter what is in the e-poll book. Don't do that, because you're giving them information. You know, how many people know that there are a lot of dilapidated buildings where alleged voters are? But if we don't do the e-verification aspect, we'll never know, we'll never find out. That's why I'm for a forensic audit, now watch this, of every presidential election. We have to have that, because guess what? We're changing hands of power at that moment. This is treasonous what happened recently in 2020 elections. I don't care what party you belong to. If you don't stand for voter integrity, if you don't stand for that, we've lost. We've lost. And we have to get people engaged. So when you leave here, it doesn't stop here at this event. And I know a lot of the cops, you guys are, I can't say that word, I forgot. You know what I was going to say. There's certain words you can and can't say on radio, so I have to go through my, Mark, you know. I almost said it. But you've been beat up so hard in the last couple of years. But this whole defund the police, most of you don't know, but I'm a former Kendall County Sheriff's Deputy and a Champaign City cop. I don't know if I could do the job today. I really don't. I don't know if I could do the job today. Just how intense it is for you guys out there. And Scott, I know I'm veering off the talking points, but please forgive me. I feel this, you know. I'm a former Baptist preacher, so preach it. Amen. But can we all just give a round of applause for the men and women that serve in our police departments? Your job is tough. It's intense. Most people couldn't handle it because of the split-second decisions you have to make. I know, I've been there. I've had to make those split-second decisions. But just know that friends of you, Black and White Radio is friends of all police. Do we have bad apples? Yes, we do. Some of you serve with some of those bad apples. You know that happens. Name a profession where we don't have bad apples. So we applaud you, we support you, and I think Scott Casper came up with a brilliant idea to teach and train police officers how to be election judges. We need poll watchers too. Don't get me wrong on that aspect too. That's very important. But I will talk about this because I think this is important. Sorry, Scott. The ballot chain of custody, and I'm going to read from this because these are some very important, because we're going to have a panel that discusses this in more depth and detail coming up. Ballots should never leave the polling room, ever, under no circumstances. Remember this if you're signed up as an election judge. Anyone dropping off a mail-in ballot must identify himself or herself, be noted in the poll book, and the affidavit must be completed. Watch the ballot judges. I'm watching my time, so there's a lot goes on the radio, let me tell you. And giving a speech on the radio show, that's different. Watch the ballot judges to make sure they are providing the voter with the correct ballot. Let me tell you how much that happens. That happens a ton in elections. Make sure that the ballot judges initials the ballot in red. You know, that's a lot what's happening with, what's his name, Grogan. You know, and that happened a lot. That happens a lot here in Cook County because there are no judges. There are no judges to see if the initials are there, if it's done in red. So they just do it because they know there's no one's going to hold them accountable. But we're going to hold them accountable henceforth, right? That was an applause line. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like Joe Biden up here. And last but not least, make sure the ballot box judge checks for the red initials as the voter feeds the ballot into the tabulator. I think Scott said it earlier. We digitize our entire voting system. That concerns me as an American citizen. That concerns me as someone who believes in the republic. Yeah, I keep saying the republic. I don't believe America. We are not a democracy. I know there's a lot of fight going back and forth. Democracy and republic are the same thing. Show me. Show me. Show me. We have to fight for this country. We are the last line of defense. There's no cavalry coming. We are the cavalry. You are the cavalry. And if you want to win back this state, you want to win back this country, it's going to take every last one of you. It's going to take your friends. Have voter registration parties. How many people in here are signed up as voter registrars that can register people to vote? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 people. 3 people. Sign up to register to be. 1 minute. Look at this. 1 minute. I'm just getting in my groove too. Radio Land's like, what? No, but sign up. Be a poll watcher. We need you. If we're going to make this work, remember, guys, it's not about D or R. It's about America, because that's who we are. That's who we are. That's the fight. I got to check for my music. My music is on. You guys kicking me off the stage. Mark, really?
It happens.
Hey, you're listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at Trump Tower. Come on down. Mark Vargas, Scott Casper. We'll be right back.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
If you look at that drone footage again, they say Rittenhouse was the aggressor, and you clearly see in the drone footage he is running away from Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum is chasing him. You know, he's at point-blank range when Rittenhouse shoots him.
And Rosenbaum was saying, I'm going to kill you, too. Don't forget about that.
Well, the entire context here is important.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560.
Global Infotech Incorporated in Schaumburg, Illinois seeks software developers to create, develop, configure, integrate, write test cases, work with team to understand business, develop new functionalities to meet requirements, code review, debugging, defect fixing, design data model, develop and maintain data entities. 2. Business analysts to gather, lead, execute, document, identify, translate, plan, review, collaborate and facilitate bus rec gathering, analysis for guidewire, sprints, strategic planning, use cases documentation, process flows, data flows. Requires a master's or bachelor's or foreign equivalent in computer science/application/engineering, electrical engineering, information technology, management information system, technology, business administration, commerce, finance or related field and 0 to 5 years of progressive experience in the related field. Mail resume to Global Infotech Inc., 120 West Gulf Road, number 204, Schaumburg, Illinois 60195. Refer to job number Global 2022.
Hi, it's Dan Proft. I'm going to level with you. Our friends at Lydia Home are in dire need of a vehicle to transport their foster children residents around town. To make this happen, they need a rather large gift of $40,000. Many of you are business owners or have individual financial means to make this happen. Can you help? To show our support and as a special thanks, if you provide this $40,000 gift to assist with the purchase of a new vehicle for the kids, Amy and I will broadcast Chicago's Morning Answer live from your business, And AM 560 will cater lunch for your office. Plus, Lydia Home is a 501c3 organization, so your donation will be 100% tax deductible. Faithfully serving children throughout Chicagoland for more than 100 years, Lydia Home is a Chicago-based Christian nonprofit organization, and right now their kids are literally depending on you. Please consider donating today. Visit hopeforourkids.org. That's hopeforourkids.org.
When Sandra doesn't talk to a Mattress Firm sleep expert, junk sleep presses the wrong buttons in her brain. And Sandra presses the wrong buttons in the elevator, leading to a dreadful journey for her and the accountants now headed up to floor 42. 7, 8, 9. While Sandra avoids eye contact, let's reflect on how a better mattress would have led to real sleep. If you need real sleep, head to Mattress Firm and unjunk your sleep today.
Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees, ever. Banks offer coffee. So what's more important, a Marcus by Goldman Sachs loan with no fees that could help consolidate debt, or bank coffee that tastes like bank coffee? You can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs & Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC.
Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey. That's right.
Black and Right continues on AM 560. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at the Trump Tower with my buddy, Mark Vargas. Mark, you were right. That felt awkward, giving a speech while you are doing the live radio show. I thought you were kind of like fibbing there a little bit until I actually did it. It was like, wait, am I like giving a speech while I'm on the radio? And I was like, yeah, I am.
Yeah, no, this is strange. As I just said, it's weird without my microphone on. So this is how the sausage is made, but it is different. You're up there giving a speech, you're live on radio, and we're looking to Eric for cues about when we get cut off and how much time we've got left, and putting the mic headset on. That's how I felt.
That's your buddy.
Except this was a victory for both of us up there today, because we didn't break wind like Vice President Biden. We didn't. Only Mark. We didn't contribute to global warming today.
You know, I really want to really quickly go over some of the sponsors for this event. Hey, how you doing? CDL 1000, Andrew Sopko, Jeremiah Fitzgerald from Panelscape, Nick Corey and Corey Management, Gary Frenchie from the Next News Network.
Frenchie Fest.
He's doing a great job as the MC in there.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You know, our station, AM 560, The Answer. I mean, we're everywhere. AM 560 has been just everywhere. We're engaged in the communities. We're engaged. We're really trying to make a difference as a radio station. And I think people are really starting to know and see and understand just how we're becoming the voice for the people.
We really are. And there's strength in numbers.
Yeah.
E pluribus unum, out of many one.
Yeah, and Jeff Reisman is doing a wonderful job. Black White Marcus, you know, that's my nickname for him. You ever heard of a white man named Marcus Brown?
That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Hey, Black White Marcus. Hey, I never heard of it. Something new. But, you know, I'm so glad that, you know, speaking of I want to continue where we left off with the Rittenhouse, because, you know, a lot of people said it was all about he got off because of white privilege. But no one's talking about the black guy, and I don't want to say his name, but the black guy who shot at police, and he called it self-defense, who also got off. And this trial was going right at the same time, but no one wanted to talk about that. Mark, can you enlighten the radio audience of why you think no one wanted to talk about that?
Well, because you have Biden weighing in on this Rittenhouse case very early on, and I think tainting the jury pool by someone with a voice as loud as his as the major party candidate.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of Rittenhouse, let's go to the phone line. Jim from South Elgin, sponsor of the show.
Well, two of my favorite guys. It's good to hear you guys having a good time. Last night, I was listening to our Urban Talk Radio friends at the other side of the dial, and they were still repeating all the garbage about Rittenhouse went up there to kill black people, blah, blah. So I called him up. I said, are you a communist? I said, you sound like one. No, I did. I said,
I believe you, Jim. I know you.
No, in fact, they didn't want to let P. Ray on. I said, let her on. The good thing about radio is you have a little diversity.
Yeah.
But I said,
true.
you know what? This whole thing, first of all, how about the fact that they withheld the video evidence from the defense, and all these other things, and the fact that the NBC guy was following the bus, to try to find out who the jurors were and things like this. I said, I also brought up, for people who don't know this, Father Flagler is a good fan of the people there in this radio station. And last year he was defrocked because somebody came out and said 20 years ago he'd sexually harassed them because they were trying to get juice money out of him. I said, you know what? It was wrong. I came to Flagler's defense. I even wrote a letter to the diocese in support of his case because it was wrong from the beginning. He beat it, but I also compared the Kavanaugh case. I said, this is the same garbage with Rittenhour. Now, you guys got to quit this garbage about misinformation.
But I it's too much money in the corporate media to stop that because as many eyes and ears that get glued to those televisions when they report this misinformation. So I think we probably won't see that unless something happens. I don't know, legislatively, but then you're trampling on the First Amendment. So I think they know that.
Well, and I also brought up the fact that there's a gun charge. I said all I had to do is take a ruler, And this whole myth about crossing state lines. Well, you know what? Who crossed state lines that caused the trouble in the first place?
Yeah, Anquifa and the BLM crowd. Anquifa and BLM crowd. That's who.
It was time to take out the political shotgun last night, I'm telling you.
Oh, gosh. Jim, thanks so much. And, Jim, thank you so much for coming out to my son's homegoing service.
Always a pleasure. I'm sorry for it. It was a beautiful event, very distinctive, and it's good to see a lot of support you had there. And I'll see you guys down in a couple hours.
All right, buddy. Take care. We had 1,400 people that showed up at my son's homegoing.
I was there.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout-out to Pastor Randy Bland and Karen Bland for inviting us in to the church. They've taken so good care of Deb and I and my family. Pastor Randy Bland he knows he's in my heart, so I really, really, really appreciate him. Back to the phone lines. Greg Evanston, welcome to Black and Right.
Yeah, listen, I love the guys' show, by the way, but I just wanted to say that you may or may not have seen this, but back in the summer of 2020 when all of these protests/riots were going on, I remember that there was a video I saw on YouTube of a woman who was in her car somewhere here in the Chicago area. I don't know exactly where, but there were some gentlemen who were kind of protecting a business in the same way that some of the guys who were with Kyle Rittenhouse were trying to protect some of those businesses. These gentlemen, the difference was these gentlemen were African-American,
of course.
And they were standing around sort of on top of the roof.
Oh, I remember this YouTube.
Yeah,
it was on YouTube.
It was like a strip mall with maybe some stores, like a phone store or something, and then there was a gas station. And they had blocked off the entrance so that none of the rioters could come up to the stores or anything. And this woman stopped her car, and she was yelling the most profane stuff at these guys, like, I'm going to come back and burn this stuff down, blah, 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 blah. And I just thought to myself, well, this is really weird. It's like, it's good. I think what the guys were doing was good to protect the businesses. But, nobody ever brought this up as a comparison. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Yeah.
Right?
I have been bringing this up on my show. I've definitely, because the hypocrisy of what happened in the summer of 2020 riots and what's happened with this, what happened on January 6th, I've definitely been making those comparisons because, I think it's important that people understand the hypocrisy that's out there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. And listen, you guys keep doing the good work there, man.
Thank you so much for calling Black and Right. Thank you so much for listening, Greg. Yeah, man, we got a lot of work to do, Mark. We have a lot of work to do when you look at, especially the media's influence, the corporate media's influence, and just our everyday living.
Yeah.
How do we fight that, Mark?
A big problem, too, is the fact that there's blogs and that information and misinformation can spread so fast, and that before it was just in a newspaper, right, or a print. Now you've got digital, which I think it really changes the whole ball game.
Yeah, and then when you look at big tech, basically monitoring who can and who can't be that voice.
That's right.
You know, they get to decide. They're the purveyors of truth. They get to decide what's truth and what's not truth, right?
I was at the Bitcoin conference in the green room and the VIP behind stage because I was there with a friend, and they brought in Jack Dorsey from Twitter, and they treated this guy like he was a king. They cleared everybody out of the VIP room. They swept it. They brought in new furniture because he was walking through for 5 seconds.
Wow.
And if you think about, he knows the sort of treatment that he's getting.
Right.
It's further sort of proving to the point that this guy is king because they treat him like a king.
But he is. Think about it. He has a kingdom. So does Zuckerberg. They have kingdoms.
Controls the voice of the 45th president of the United States.
And what, when you look at social media collectively, billions of voices can be controlled through all these social media mechanisms, right? So when he walks through, he is royalty. In his mind, and to the subservience that serve him too.
Since we're here at Trump Tower, I've got a recommendation for the 45th president, and that is if he wants his Twitter restored, he ought to start talking about the Taliban.
Oh, that's right. Wait. Well, didn't he create another fake Twitter page? Well, didn't the president create some other?
They've been trying, but the fact that the Taliban, a terrorist organization, can use the Twitter platform to get their messaging out, but yet the president of the 45th president of the United States of America is silenced.
Yeah, that's the new America. But we got to make sure we maintain America. You're listening to Black and White on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at Trump Tower. We'll be right back.
Dr. Sebastian Gorka says we're just getting started.
This is the time not to celebrate what occurred in Virginia. This is the time for us to double down, to get serious. Everybody who's waking up around you in the last 3 months, engage them, get them on board, and get them to be politically involved.
America First with Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Afternoons at 3, right before Sean Thompson at 4 on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Mary Corsetti. A caravan of migrants is still heading north toward the U.S.-Mexico border.
We still have people crossing every day. We've got these cartel wristbands all over the place here, which the migrants cut off once they arrive. They're basically used as tickets by the cartel for their human smuggling. They say entregas, which essentially means arrivals or deliveries. These people are human cargo to these drug cartels. These migrants, once they cross illegally across the Rio Grande, they simply walk right by that incomplete border wall. It was being built, but as soon as President Biden took office back in January, construction halted, and it's essentially now a useless piece of steel out in the middle of nowhere because it's not connected to anything and people just walk right around it.
Fox's Bill Melugin and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has vowed to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and to counter its dangerous use of suicide drones in the wider Mideast. He made the comments Saturday in Bahrain at the annual Manama Dialogue. America is listening to Fox News.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help you get the best night's sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Now Mike's changing the game with his 6-piece towel set. This set is made with USA cotton, making it extremely absorbent, yet still providing that soft feel you look for in a towel. I can't tell you how much I love mine. This set comes with 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths. Typically retailing for about $110, but for a limited time now on this show, you can get this set for an incredible price of $39.99 with promo code LIBERTY. You heard me right, $39.99, but that's only for a limited time when you use my promo code LIBERTY. And remember, all MyPillow products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-489-0201, use my promo code LIBERTY, or go to MyPillow.com and make sure to use my promo code LIBERTY. 1-800-489-0201, promo code LIBERTY.
Set your sights for the range at 355, Chicagoland's premier shooting range, firearm retail, and training facility. Founded by patriots like you, this is where you go to unload your stress and recharge. The Range at 355 showroom is stocked with a variety of firearms, ammo, and accessories, all your favorite brands. They also buy and sell used firearms. For expert customer service from a pro sales staff and one of the cleanest and safety-conscious firearm facilities, get to The Range at 355.
Whether you're a first-time shooter or just looking to brush up on your skills, join the Academy at 355 for basic handgun training to self-defense, CCL, and advanced defensive classes. Private lessons are also available. Get all the details at academy355.com. Don't forget to pick up a gift card for Christmas. Good for classes, store purchases, monthly and annual memberships, and range time.
The Range at 355 and Academy at 355 are located at 9003 Murphy Road in Bolingbrook. Online at range355.com.
Hey there, what are you doing today? Would whatever it is be easier with faster, more reliable home internet? If you said yes, we have good news. Viasat offers high-speed satellite internet wherever you live, even if cable providers don't go there. So you can get online today and tomorrow. Go to Viasat.com/internet now and save up to $150 on select home plans. That's Viasat.com/internet now. Minimum 24-month service term. Service is not available in all areas. See Viasat.com for additional terms and conditions. Hey there, what are you doing today? Would whatever it is be easier with faster, more reliable home internet? If you said yes, we have good news. Plus, you could save up to $150. Viasat offers high-speed satellite internet wherever you live, even if cable providers don't go there. So you can get online today and tomorrow. Go to Viasat.com/connect now and save up to $150 on select home plans. That's Viasat.com/connect now. Minimum 24-month service term. Service is not available in all areas. See Viasat.com for additional terms and conditions.
The holidays are fast approaching, and now is the time to make sure your home is ready for your family and friends. Imagine how beautiful your home can be by upgrading your bathrooms or a fully remodeled basement. Call Matrix Home Solutions, sponsor of AM 560's Freedom Summit. When it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on the major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle. Basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring, and storage. Take some time today to visit their website, matrixhomesolutions.com, and contact Matrix to discuss some exciting ideas and specific plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, check out special financing options, and much more. That's MATRIX homesolutions.com. Have that home you've dreamed about now. Matrix Home Solutions, built for you.
Back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at one of the greatest presidents to ever serve this country, Donald John Trump Tower, with my main man, Mark Vargas, of Mark My Words with Mark Vargas, heard every Sunday from 7 to 9. Mark? Uh-oh. I think, nobody wants you to talk.
I always do this, man.
Yes, you turned it off.
I turned it off, live radio.
Yeah.
But good to be here, man.
Thank you for coming. Just really, the last thing I want to talk about with this Rittenhouse thing, I don't know if you heard Cuomo interviewing the attorney of Rittenhouse. And I think Cuomo said one of the dumbest things I think I've ever heard uttered out of somebody from the media. Well, and that's the media says a lot of dumb things. But I want you to hear this interaction between Cuomo on CNN or Clinton News Network and the attorney for Kyle Rittenhouse. I want to hear what you have to say about this. Listen.
And that's why I asked the question. It's hard to believe that somebody chasing you is going to beat you to death.
Why else was he chasing him, Chris?
Probably to get him and beat him up, hurt him.
You see what I'm saying?
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I mean, listen, you can kill somebody with a skateboard.
You can.
You can kill somebody who's shooting at you.
You can kill somebody with your looks, too.
Yes, that's true. But to hear him say that, and I mean, he's a smart guy.
Yep.
He's an attorney. To hear him say that was one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard when it came to a case involving somebody that died.
Well, being dumb runs in the family because his brother, Andrew Cuomo, is now considering running for attorney general.
Oh.
Did you hear about that? Because Letitia James initiated the investigation against Cuomo. She's now running for governor, and he wants to run for attorney general because who's going to have investigative powers over the governor?
Ooh,
politics is a funny business.
It's a crazy business. But, Mark, I've asked Darren Gobb from Restore Liberty, based out of Helen, Montana, to join us to discuss his group that he's put together in over 38 states thus far.
So far.
Restore Liberty. So talk to us. What is Restore Liberty, and why did you create it, and what's the purpose, and what are you guys going to be doing throughout? And you're trying to come here in Illinois. So what are you guys trying to do here in Illinois and across the country?
Well, here in Illinois, I was actually invited by a friend because of this event that's going on right now that you've recently talked to, and I'm really excited to be here. It's been a long time. And so we're trying to get Restore Liberty to come into Illinois because we're building state directors across all the states. And so we have 38 state directors right now, and it's a grassroots organization, all volunteers. And we're focused on school boards and judicial races with the long-term goal of being the organization nationwide that has the hardest to get endorsement of any organization across the country. So if you get the Restore Liberty Golden Ticket, you've earned it. You've earned it. You've moved to the next level as far as we're concerned. And the people that I work with, we won't do anything but constitutional.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you guys are setting out to do? What are some of the goals, the objectives to try to change states who are lost at this moment, especially Illinois, a place like Illinois? I think we've been lost. I feel like we've been like that Lilo and Stitch character. You remember when they get lost in the wood?
We're as lost as Joe Biden.
That too. And,
I don't think anybody's that
and
lost.
Lilo, was it Lilo or Stitch? I don't know which is the blue character. He just cried out, "I'm lost."
That's Stitch. Yeah.
Stitch.
Yeah.
I'm lost. So what are your objectives?
Our objectives are really to take skill sets and talents across the country where they're right now fairly rare, election judges being one of them, or people who've effectively taken on school boards or judicial races, and be able to replicate their experiences and their talents across all of our network in all the states across the country. And we really want to be able to say, we're tired of playing the lesser of two evil games with politicians, and be able to really magnify those people who are truly constitutional, truly people's servants, and say nobody else is going to get the endorsement of Restore Liberty. Yeah. These are the right people. They have a servant's heart, the servant's mindset. Yeah. They're not there for themselves.
Okay. So we got about a minute and some left. Mm-hmm. Where can people find you? Is there a website where people can sign up and start following the work you guys are trying to do?
Yeah. We're across all social media platforms under Restore Liberty. We live a lot on Telegram with that, but our website is restore-liberty.org. And there's a thing on there called Practical Tacticals. It's how to get involved at many levels. There's a lot of different stuff. You can go visit us, contact us through our general mailbox there, and just see what we're about. See some of our interviews, not only on your radio station, but on Newsmax and other locations. Just get to know us as an organization and as people, and you'll realize that we are like you.
Yeah.
We just want to take a country back, and this is our way of doing it.
And we are the cavalry.
We are. We are the leaders we're looking
That's
for.
That's right. So many people are looking for the cavalry. We are the cavalry.
Right.
So, Darren, thanks so much for joining us on Black and White Radio.
Thanks,
Hope to have you back soon if you're ever back in Illinois.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you. But, Mark, it's going to take groups like Restore Liberty and Freedom Initiative Now and Responsibility in Government to take back this state, specifically to Illinois and also to the country, right?
That's right. And that's the silver lining during this pandemic is so many great organizations and individuals have all stepped up. And you're a perfect example of this.
Yeah, so thank you. You're listening to Black and White Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live at Trump Towers with my brown man, the Hungarian, Mark Vargas. Bernie Kerik, former commissioner, coming up next. We'll be right back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I enjoy the product. I'm a disabled New York State correction officer and World Trade Center respondent 2001. I had to retire because I got injured, 30 years worth of service, mega health issues, but I'll tell you what, I'm doing a lot better since I started taking your product. I'm starting to get my old self back. I have my daughter on it. I have my significant other on it. It's an awesome product.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
It's said that if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes and it'll change. Well, the weather isn't the only thing changing. According to our latest research, local business owners today are saying it's getting harder to sustain their business than it was just a few months ago. They also told us that targeting the right audience with their advertising messages is more important than ever. At Salem Surround, our team of local in-market experts take that seriously. We utilize the latest research in marketing technology to deliver media plans that will exceed your expectations. Let Salem Surround show you how we can solve for your marketing challenges by bringing nationwide resources while delivering Main Street solutions. Salem Surround is here to help you through the constant changes. We promise we'll help your business stay ahead of the changing weather.
Prepare your business for the new year with a no-cost, no-obligation analysis of your company's digital footprint. Visit surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com.
With your busy lifestyle, you could use more time. The last thing you want to do is cook every night. It's tedious and you may not be making the right choices. You need a healthy, tasty, fresh alternative to making your own meals. Temple Fuel is a local meal prep service that offers a menu of flavorful meals. The food is sourced organic whenever possible, and they have low-carb, keto, and power menu options. It's so easy to pre-order online at TempleFuelInc.com for delivery or pickup. The rotating menu is filled with favorites like the Cajun shrimp, mango tilapia, rancho beef, and the lemon cream chicken. Beautiful, delicious meals made just for you. Temple Fuel makes food prep affordable so everyone can eat healthy. Most meals range between $10 to $12 per entree. Feast your eyes, feed your soul, and fuel your temple with real food that's healthy and tasty. Use promo code RADIO at checkout to receive 10% off your first order. Go to TempleFuelInc.com. That's TempleFuelInc.com.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer.
Welcome back to Black and Right with John Anthony on AM 560. The Answer. I am here with John Anthony and I am Mark Vargas, and we are live at Trump Tower for Coalition for Free and Fair Elections with Responsibility in Government and Freedom Initiative Now. And we are joined, John, here with our keynote speaker, our VIP speaker, the 40th Police Commissioner of the New York City Police Department, Bernard Kerik. Bernie, welcome back to Black and Right, my friend, and welcome to Chicago.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Bernie, when I gave you a call and told you about this, you said something that I thought was really important about training cops to be election judges. You said people have talked about this for a long time.
Well, they've talked about it for a long time. I think people don't realize how important the judges are, right? You have to have two parties in the polling centers that's going to judge and look at the ballots as they come in, look at the votes as they come in. One thing we saw in 2020, there were a number of places around the country, they didn't have two parties. They didn't have Republican observers. In Pennsylvania, for example, we had hundreds of thousands of ballots that came into the system, and the only people that saw them were Democrats, and they came in after hours. Many came in after hours, between 1 and 5 in the morning. That kind of stuff has to stop. No cheating. No cheating. And the more judges we have, the more people we have in the polling sites that know what to look for, know how to respond, know what the law is. This is all about the law. You know, I don't care what party you're in. Democrat Party, Republican Party, doesn't make any difference. Abide by the law. No cheating. Every valid vote must count, and no cheating.
You know, Bernie, we're here in Chicago where crime is skyrocketing, carjackings at all-time highs, shootings, drive-by shootings. Crime is not getting better, it's getting worse. And this is the symptom of Democratic leadership.
Well, it's only getting worse because of the leadership in the city, right? You have cities around the country, many of them, that are run by Democrats, whether it's Chicago, Atlanta, Baltimore, Minneapolis, Portland, Seattle. Every one of these cities are run by a Democrat, and every one of these cities we've seen increases in violent crime, shootings, murders, carjackings. And I think what the general public doesn't understand, for every increase you see in those categories, you see decreases in economic development, real estate value, tourism. They are destroying these cities. Chicago's no different. And Chicago should be one of the flourishing cities in this nation because they have a phenomenal police department.
That's right.
The Chicago Police Department, you know, when I think of the better police departments around the country, I think of New York City, Chicago, LA, Houston, Miami. Those are the best of the best. They have the best training, the most cops. This should be a city that's flourishing, and it's not because of the mayor and the city's leadership.
Hey, Commissioner Carey, can you put these on? Because I want you to hear some audio from Chris Cuomo. I'm sure you probably heard it. As you, I'm a former police officer. But I thought this, we just talked about this in the last segment. I thought this was one of the dumbest, most asinine comments that I've ever heard from somebody in media when it comes to a criminal case of this nature. I want to play this audio, and I want to get your thoughts about what Chris Cuomo had to say to Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney. Here we go.
And that's why I asked the question. It's hard to believe that somebody chasing you is going to beat you to death.
Why else was he chasing him, Chris?
Probably to get him and beat him up, hurt him.
Commissioner, if you were still over in New York and you were leading, first of all, I still don't understand why this was even prosecuted.
Well, I don't think anybody does, you know, and I'll be the first to say, I didn't see all the evidence. I didn't see what the jury saw, but the jury did see all the evidence. Every single speck of evidence that was produced, the jury did see. They came to the conclusion that it was self-defense, okay? He had the right to defend himself. When you look at the videos and I saw most of the videos, if not all of them, when you look at the videos of them chasing him, of them attempting to attack him, assault him with a skateboard, with another guy pulling a gun on him, there were already shots fired. Nobody in their right mind would say that this wasn't self-defense. But the left has gone out on this, I don't know, this crusade to basically knock it down. And I think that's terrible because there are people out there that have a right to defend themselves.
No, that's right. John? No, and Bernie, God bless this judge. And here's what's interesting is he was appointed by a Democrat. If he were appointed by a Republican, the mainstream media would be going ballistic.
Well, they're still going ballistic, but it doesn't matter. You know, I was on I did a number of interviews yesterday. Here's the key. This was a jury trial. We live by the Constitution. They took the law into consideration. They saw all the evidence, and they made a determination of guilt or innocence. And that's the bottom line. And I give the judge a lot of credit for trying to hold the standards of law in the courtroom. The prosecutors, who, in my opinion, just watching what I watched, are some of the most incompetent morons I've ever seen in a courtroom. What they were thinking, bringing the case in the first place, I don't know. But then, not only did they bring the case, they were going to try to fight for it and do things unethically in the courtroom, you know, in an attempt to convict this kid.
And Commissioner, how do we, as a nation, especially somewhere, a place like here in Illinois, how do we push back against the media narratives that are leading in every aspect of our country? When you look at Kyle Rittenhouse was a white supremacist, where did they get that from? How do we? What's the model that we should use to make sure that, because we're, as conservatives, we're done in the media.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Here's one of the problems I see. Conservatives, they sit back, they watch, they're respectful, they listen, but they're not loud. They don't get loud. They don't fight back. They don't argue back. And I honestly think it's hurt us. You know, the left goes out there and they make complete, you know, morons out of themselves at some of the stuff they say and they do. but they're loud as hell. And that's why people listen. You know, that's why they listen. And the bottom line is we have to fight back. We have to go up public, get out there and start talking about what's right and what's wrong.
Bernie, you're close to the president. How is President Trump doing?
I think he's doing okay. I think he's doing okay. I think he's, I think he's going to be focused on two things. One, how we make sure there's fair elections in the future. And two, that we put the right people in office that puts America first instead of their positions first.
And do you think he's leaning towards running for president?
You have to ask him. I'm not even going there. I'm not going there.
So here's a question. When is Commissioner Bernie Kerik ever going to run for office?
He's not. He's not. That's why I'm doing interviews on the sideline here.
But we need good quality people like you, though.
Listen, we need good quality people. My time is coming past. I'll help somebody.
Yeah.
I'm supporting some great people running for office right now. Vernon Jones down in Georgia.
It's my friend.
Eric Greitens in Missouri. Jane Timkins in Ohio. I'm supporting some great people. Would I do it myself? No, those days are over.
Yeah.
Bernie, we saw what happened in Virginia with Youngkin and New Jersey, your home state. Boy, I mean, that came out of left field, the fact that the governor's race was so close.
Well, listen, not only was the governor's race close, and here's the thing that I think a lot of people lost. We flipped 4 Senate seats, 4 state Senate seats, and 4 state assembly seats. Nobody talked about that. No. They were so focused on the governor's race, which I still think there's a good chance, those found absentee ballots in the middle of the night, they had a lot to do with the winning of that election for Murphy. But you know what? I think things are changing. I think Virginia set the stage for an understanding that they're changing, but I think we're going to see a major, major upset in 2022.
Well, Commissioner, thank you so much for joining Black and White Radio again, once again.
Thank you, guys.
I really appreciate you, and you've always been one of my heroes. I've read all your books.
Thank you. Thank you.
You really were a police
That's only because Mark forced you to. No. That's all right. That's okay.
No. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Commissioner Bernie Kerik, 40th Commissioner of New York. What a great guy. Scott, come on over here, buddy. No, you can stay if you like. Scott, thank you so much for putting this on. What caused you to push you to put something like this on, especially to focus in on cops?
Well, that's a fantastic question. Thank you for asking. And John, I want to thank you for being here today and for running your show here today.
Thank you.
It's been phenomenal. You've gotten so much praise for your show.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
And we love you. Yeah. But the motivation behind this and for bringing in law enforcement is, cops have been.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Sorry. Cops have been through the ringer the last 2 years. And whether it be the defund the police movement or whether it be the vaccine mandates, it's been really rough on law enforcement. And I have a lot of friends who are really worked up, a lot of friends in law enforcement who are worked up about these situations. And becoming part of the electoral process is an excellent way to focus that energy into something productive. And I got to thinking about election judges because Cook County, and actually it's all the Collier counties, but Cook County has a real shortage of election judges, a real shortage of people who want to get involved in the process.
Yeah.
And this is like a great thing for police officers to get involved with. They have the skills from their job to be election judges.
Now, Scott, we got about a minute and 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
How can people get involved with responsibility in government? You guys got any future events coming up as well?
Absolutely. This was so successful that we wanted to take this on the road, and today's event proves that this meets a demand out there. So we do plan on doing. Maybe not the Trump Hotel, maybe a Courtyard by Marriott next time, but we're going to be taking this on the road because this concept applies to all the suburbs and downstate Illinois as well. Yeah. And we have a number of downstate Illinois police officers here today from Macon County. So, if they're willing to drive,
Sheriff Jim Root is here.
He is here. So if they're willing to drive that distance, then they'll definitely attend an event in their town.
So where can people find you?
It's responsibilityingovernment.com is our website, and we'll put more information about future events as they come to be.
All right, Scott Casper, thank you so much for joining. And, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the planning process, also for doing my show here today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Scott. Really appreciate it. Guys, Mark, that's pretty much, we got, 45 seconds left. Any last words?
No, I mean, what a day. And, John, I just want to say it's great to have you back, brother.
Thank you.
We love you. We love Deborah. We love your whole family. And we won't stop praying for you.
Thank you.
And, again, we love you.
Commissioner, I lost my son to suicide Monday morning. So
I know that.
Yeah.
I was sad to hear it. It's a terrible thing. And my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
Well, thank you so much. AM 560 family, thank you so much for all of the prayers, all of the thoughts, all the concerns. Please continue to do them. Send them. I gave out my phone number, 708-899-9900. If you want to send me a call, send me a text. It really means a lot. Until next week, we're out live from Trump Towers. See you next week.
The holidays are fast approaching, and now is the time to make sure your home is ready for your family and friends. Imagine how beautiful your home can be by upgrading your bathrooms or a fully remodeled basement. Call Matrix Home Solutions, sponsor of AM 560's Freedom Summit. When it comes to top quality home improvement projects, no other company comes close to Matrix. They focus on the major areas to increase the value of your home and improve your lifestyle. Basement remodeling, bathroom transformations, custom garage flooring, and storage. Take some time today to visit their website, matrixhomesolutions.com, and contact Matrix to discuss some exciting ideas and specific plans for your home. Matrix is the premier choice for renovation services. They deliver an exceptional, professional, and hassle-free experience. Go to matrixhomesolutions.com to view project photo galleries, check out special financing options, and much more. That's MATRIX homesolutions.com. Have that home you've dreamed about now. Matrix Home Solutions, built for you.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com. On the AM 560 mobile app. Tune in, iHeart, and on Odyssey.
Fox News, I'm Mary Corsetti. A caravan of migrants is still heading north toward the U.S.-Mexico border.
We still have people crossing every day. We've got these cartel wristbands all over the place here, which the migrants cut off once they arrive. They're basically used as tickets by the cartel for their human smuggling. They say entregas, which essentially means arrivals or deliveries. These people are human cargo to these drug cartels. These migrants, once they cross illegally